And now for the host of Sports Roundtable, Bob Branco.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you very much for that introduction, and thank you and Sean for working behind the scenes tonight here again at Sports Roundtable. Hi, I'm Bob Branco. Welcome for another edition of Sports Roundtable on Tuesday evening, January the 26th, 2010. With us this evening, as always, our two veterans, Mr. Steve Burgo.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Not too bad. And Joe Moreo.
Bob, how you doing?
The sad Joe Moreo, which I'll
Sad
get
Jet
into in a
fan.
minute.
I don't know why you ever got his hopes up in the first place.
Before I get into the sports, I just want to remind the viewers that if you're watching the program from Dartmouth, don't call us while you're watching. You can take the number down and call us up next Tuesday. But if you are watching from New Bedford, by all means, give us a call tonight at 508-979-1600.
And that is not to say, Dartmouth, that we don't want you to call.
Yeah, we want as many callers
It's
as
just that
possible.
we're not live on Thursdays in Dartmouth.
Right. We welcome new callers as well, so if you've never called the show, don't be shy. Just make believe you're talking to your friends in the living room.
You are.
That's pretty, we are in your living room.
We are your friends.
And we depend on you. That's what the show is about. So give us a call, and we can talk about whatever's on your mind. If you want to offer Joe a crying towel, I will accept it for him. I will give it to him personally.
Oh, I will wrap it around his head. I don't have a
Because
problem
Thank you
with it.
very much.
I'll put it right under here so all the tears can come right down, doesn't
Right
get on his
down.
shirt.
the Jets were dethroned
Yes.
in the championship
Wait a
round.
minute, wait a minute. Go ahead, pat me on the back. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you,
Oh, I'm
Steve.
not going to thank you.
Why
Why?
thank you?
Because you bet against
Why thank you, Steve? Why thank
Because-
you?
He bet against
I didn't bet against him.
No.
I mean, in the favor. No,
I have no-
knowing
I've
that-
only been right
knowing
once.
that right,
I'm
that
like,
he- that
hey,
he's wrong.
Hey,
So.
I'm like Boomer on ESPN.
Oh, my
okay?
goodness.
I got
Yes.
the same exact record that he's
As
got.
he's
You were
got.
talking about it yesterday on TV. It's the same exact
Simple.
record. And the thing is I felt it was my duty to pick
duty?
the Jets. Yes,
Your
it was
duty.
it was my duty to pick the duty. I mean the Jets.
Nope.
Oh, we have
Oh,
a
we
call.
got a phone call already.
We
So
have a
that's why I
call.
picked them. Because
We
when I
have
picked them,
Arthur
they
on
lost.
line one.
Roger.
Arthur.
Oh, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur.
Oh.
Wasn't that another Jets fan?
I believe so.
Arthur.
Oh,
Good
okay.
evening, Arthur.
Hi, Arthur.
Good evening. I would like to speak to that Patriot fan Yahoo that told me that the Jets were going to lose to the Chargers by 3 touchdowns.
Was that me?
Yes, it was.
Well, guess what? Guess what? I was wrong on that one. But I was not wrong because they didn't belong there. They were given a gift. Indianapolis let them in. Cincinnati let them in. And they played well the 3 games they were there, but they got what they deserved. That's why I picked them, so they would lose. And what did they do? They lost.
They played
They lost.
They played a better game against the Colts
Yeah?
than your Patriots
Oh,
did
that's
against the
baloney.
Ravens.
That is baloney. The
Baloney.
Patriots,
Baloney.
that's baloney because the Patriots would have beat them if it wasn't for Mr. Belichick's mishap. The Patriots were wiping the floor with them. How many yards did the Patriots have against them?
With the Ravens?
Yeah, no, against the Jets.
No,
He's talking about the Colts.
I think he's saying that the Jets played the Colts better than the Patriots played the Ravens.
Is that what you said?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. But how did the Jets do against Indianapolis?
They did better than the
Well,
Patriots
how did they do
did.
against Indianapolis?
We lost.
Hold up. How'd they do?
They did better than the Patriots did. They
No,
need them
see,
one.
that's what I was saying. No, they didn't.
They
The
beat them
Patriots
once.
played Indianapolis. The Patriots gave the game to Indianapolis.
That makes
Indianapolis
no
did not
difference.
beat the Patriots.
That
The
makes
Patriots
no
gave the game
difference.
to
You
them.
look at the standings. The Jets were 1-1 against the Colts, and the Patriots were 0-1 against the Colts. They couldn't get out of their own way.
No.
against the
Hold up. The Jets were 0-1 against the Indianapolis Colts because
No.
the Colts they didn't play the
here
Colts.
we
They
go.
did not
There
play
we
the
go.
Colts
There
that
we go.
final week.
Who do we play?
How long did
did we
Peyton Manning
play?
play?
Played Houston.
Played 3 quarters.
How long did Peyton Manning
played
play?
over
That
3
makes
quarters.
no difference whatsoever.
It doesn't?
No, the Jets had nothing to do with that. The
Oh.
Indianapolis staff
Wait a minute.
decided
No,
to yank
Arthur,
their
how can you say
starters.
that?
Don't blame the Jets.
Arthur, how can you say the Jets have nothing to do with that? Because
They
if
did
Peyton,
it.
wait a minute, if Peyton Manning plays that game, there's no playoffs for the Jets.
Oh, come on.
And if we're horses, beggars would ride. It has nothing to
Peyton
do with the
Manning played
Jets.
a full game
The-
against
The
Buffalo
Colts
Bills
pulled
and
their
they got
starters
creamed.
because they wanted to rest them, and
now
the Jets took advantage
we're
of it.
better than that.
Don't blame the Jets.
Well, I'm not blaming the Jets. I'm just telling you the Jets were given a gift. They shouldn't have been in the playoffs, period.
But we were. And we won.
Did you
and
go
we
to the
played
Super
three
Bowl?
great games.
Did you go to the Super Bowl?
That's okay.
Answer my question.
Next year.
What's
Are you
that?
going? Wait a minute. Are you going to the Super Bowl, Frank?
The
Next
Jets
year.
will make
Hold
it to
on.
the Super
I'm
Bowl.
calling Joe Frank. I'm sorry, Frank.
Sorry, excuse me, guys. Go ahead, Arthur.
The Jets will make it to the Super Bowl before the Patriots.
They got to get a quarterback first.
They got one.
They don't have a quarterback.
How
many
Until that
turnovers
man.
did he have in
Let
the
me tell you
playoffs?
something. Let me tell you something.
How
The
many
Jets
turn-
have to depend on a
Listen,
running game.
Answer my
Hang on,
question.
Go ahead.
How many turnovers did Sanchez have in the playoffs?
One.
That's right. Not
Okay,
bad.
now let me ask you a question. How much running did the Jets do in the playoffs? 90% of the
They're a running
game?
team.
90% of the game?
No.
Oh, come on.
60% of the game.
And why is that?
Be-
That's
because
It-
that's
wait,
the way
wait a
it's
minute.
set
The
up.
NFL is known. No, the
That's
NFL is known as a passing league. Okay, the Jets are not passing because the boy cannot pass.
He's a
And
youngster.
if he does
He's a
not, I'm gonna tell you
youngster.
right now, the Jets have the capabilities of having a very, very good football team. If this kid does not develop, it all goes down the tubes. Sanchez is not the quarterback that you think he is.
Oh, yes,
He is.
he
No,
is.
he's not. No,
looked pretty good
what
passing
happened to
to
him in the
me
middle of the
yesterday.
season?
Go ahead, Arthur.
He looked pretty good passing Sunday when he passed.
And what about the other 4 games? What was it? 8 interceptions?
When he was
8
called upon to
interceptions?
throw,
That was
he
during the
Wait a
made
minute,
good
Hang
Doing
on,
this-
throws.
guys. Hang on,
Go ahead.
guys. Go ahead, Arthur.
When he was called on to throw, he made excellent throws.
Yes.
Watch the recap. Watch the replay.
Yeah, he did. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't, but he cannot. He is not a passing quarterback.
The only
He
rookie
wasn't a passing quarterback
to
at
throw
USC.
4 touchdown passes in the playoffs. The only in history of the football. The only rookie quarterback to throw 4 touchdown passes.
Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo.
You just
all I
won't
wanna
give-
ask you.
you
all
just
I wanna
won't give
ask
the
you-
Jets any
No, all I
props.
want to ask, because they don't deserve any.
All
All
right,
I
thanks a
want to
lot.
ask you.
Yeah, all right, you
all
know
I
that.
want to ask you, did they make it to the Super Bowl? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. How many Super Bowls did the Jets won?
One.
You guys want to dog the Patriots? How many Super Bowls did the Jets won? One. And when did they win it?
1969.
And what was the league like then?
Great.
A lot tougher than it
Were
is
there
now.
any free agents? Let me tell you something. The players of yesterday could not hang with the kids of today.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
right.
The kids are much more athletic, they're much quicker, and they're much bigger.
You tell that to Dick Butkus.
I wouldn't have a problem telling that to Buckus. I wouldn't have a problem. The only player, Buckus, Jim Brown, Gail Sayers,
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, but what I'm telling you
Deacon.
is that the kids are much, much quicker and much
Well,
bigger.
they are much quicker.
Much quicker and
They're
much
bigger-
bigger.
they're
And
bigger.
a lot
That I
of
agree.
and a lot of things that are done today are because they treat the quarterback like a pansy. Okay?
That I
Because
agree
they
with
treat the
you.
quarterback like a pansy. I'll tell you right now, you can't even get into the Jets and the Patriots comparing the two teams because the Jets did it, and that's why I brought it up. The Jets did it when it was no such thing as free agency. You didn't bounce from team to team. You were on that team for life. The Patriots have done it, and the Red Sox have done
Unless
it.
you were traded.
And they've done it amongst free agency, which is the most difficult time for football or any sport there is out there. You cannot compare sports of today with sports of yesterday. Because the teams don't keep the same players. The top ball players
Yankees.
go to the top teams.
Yankees.
The Yankees buy up everything, and it's not a bad thing I'm saying, Joe. The Yankees buy all the top players. That's how they compete. It's a free agency. Okay? If the Yankees had to develop what they had, they wouldn't have won as many championships because they sold their soul down the river. Okay? The Red Sox, they built from within and they traded, and yes, they did buy. But the league has changed completely. You can't even compare the Green Bay Packers, which was my team when I was a kid,
Right.
to the teams of today because they did it with the players that were there
Right.
all the time. And every team had the same thing. There wasn't these top players jumping from place to place.
Right.
And these quarterbacks, the quarterbacks of yesterday do not have the mobility or the arms of the kids today. There was very few of them. Fran Tarkenton was one of them. Okay?
he moved.
There weren't many of them, Alpha. So don't compare the Jets